everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gemma and today we are building a habitat for the Panthera, also known as the cave lion here in Prehistoric Kingdom. So to start off with, we are just building the fence and we're putting a bit of a moat around here, which later on we're going to fill up with water, and then we're going to be using these really awesome new pieces that we got with the new update, which I absolutely love. Been wanting this kind of texture in Prehistoric Kingdom for a very long time now, so was super excited when we had it and just had to use it for this habitat. So once we have got a bit of an area mapped out, what we're going to do is we're just going to colour coordinate everything to make it look really natural, and then throw in some rocks here just to hide up the bits that look a little bit dodgy. And then we're just going to paint our way around the side of the habitat here and just make it look really natural. So you've seen there I have also thrown in the water, and now we're just tidying up the edges. So the really good thing about Prehistoric Kingdom is once you've got one section done, you're pretty much solid to go around to the other. So this is a really good trick for saving a lot of time, and it just looks fantastic at the end of it. So here I'm just sorting out the terrain here and then adding in some different textures here. What I love about this habitat, and you will see this a little bit later on, as I have tried to make it very rocky, and I wanted it to be that the Panthera just seamlessly blends into it. So the colours and the tones are quite close to the Panthera's natural colouring, and that was a conscious decision. It is pretty rocky for what it is, but these new stones are absolutely fantastic. I love them so much. And again, once you've got one section done, just copy that all the way around. Probably not fantastic for your piece count, but honestly, it just looks absolutely fantastic. So I am really happy with the way that this habitat turned out. So the inspiration for this was a little bit of a mixed bag. I've always wanted to do a sunken habitat and try and make it look really man-made, but also they've tried to make it look as natural as possible for the Panthera so it can blend in seamlessly. So here I am just adding in a lot of foliage here. This is really foliage intense, heavy, and the new foliage that we've got from the update has been absolutely fantastic. So here I am building a bit of a sleeping area for them, just a bit of a raised platform because it is quite rock intense, this habitat, but I wanted there to be like a platform that they could sleep on. Unfortunately, they don't use it. They sleep underneath it, which, you know, maybe isn't that unrealistic. I would love if they could actually like pounce up on top of it and sleep, but currently they don't do that. But I'm not mad about it. I'm just glad that they enjoy this habitat. So right now I'm just building a little rocky area around at the side here. These new foliage pieces and the new rocks, like I just said, absolutely fantastic, and they just blend in seamlessly, and that's what I absolutely love. So you will be able to see the Panthera is still at the front of the habitat, but that was kind of the inspiration that I was using the colours to blend it in. Here I'm making a bit of a scratching post kind of enrichment item that they can go ahead and use, and then we're just adding more rocks at the back here and then onto the hard shelter. So the hard shelter is not very big, but we will go into that in a little bit more detail, and we're just adding yet again more rocks, more foliage to the habitat to finish it all off. These logs are fantastic as well. Really have enjoyed building this habitat. It took me roughly about maybe 3 hours to finish it, which is probably a new record for me because I tend to build extremely slow, and I just really do enjoy it. I think it might be one of my favourite habitats yet, and the Panthera is absolutely gorgeous to look at. So we're moving now on to the hard shelter. I cut out quite a lot of this. I didn't record all of it, so I've just kind of put in the things that I think are maybe a little bit more interesting for you to look at. So this room here is a bit of a guest viewing facility that you can come and pay extra, and you can learn about the Panthera, and you can maybe like feed them. There's 2 doors here, which I'm building right now, and this is essentially like an area where you could feed the Panthera, also that you could get them to come up, and you know, you could do all their health checks and all this stuff. So there is 2 sections there that you can do all those checks. And then I just kind of wanted to make it look a bit more like backstage-esque. So I've put in some cordoned off lines, like this is the bit that you would kind of stand in to do the feeding. Also, because it is for guests as well, I wanted there to be like a section of like, do not cross this line, like we would invite you over, so on and so forth. Just putting in some just ventilation here. Just adding in those little details, which I love to do. Also popping in some lights. So you'll see that this is the guest area. And I just thought I would show that off in a little bit more detail. And then I'm adding in a sink here. So again, if you were to feed the Panthera, you know, you'd want to make sure that you'd wash your hands and all this stuff. And then this is kind of more the backstage bit. Okay, welcome to the Panthera habitat. So this is the guest viewing area that you can see inside if the Panthera was sleeping. There is 2 little beds there, which have just been taken from the bit at the front. There's also some beds at the side there, but we'll go inside and we'll have a look in a little bit more detail, and then we'll pop back outside so you can see what the outside viewing area looks like. So as a guest, you would be welcome into this section here. There they are, the Panthera, and there's some of these really lovely seats that are new, and you can read about them and you can watch them. But you would be invited to feed the Panthera. So this is kind of like a bit of a health check section where they would be able to, you know, ask them to jump up so they can check that they're nice and healthy, and then they can write it on the board of you know, their weight and all this kind of stuff. So that's this part here. And then, as what I usually do, is I've just included in some of my backstage area just to fill it up a bit with the sink as well, so they can wash their hands after feeding them. So that's them there. There's no access into this area, so it's literally just like through that one door. But from the other side, where these guys are, there's a little bit of a water part there that they can have a drink, and then there's the food. If they don't want to be on display to the guests, they do have this section here that they can jump up and sleep on, and then that takes you outdoor to that paddock. And then there's a shutter door here which takes you to the backstage area again. There's nothing through there, so I won't actually take you there because there's nothing to see. But yeah, we'll now come out of here, and I will take you where the guests can see. So let's just hop over here. We'll just hop over the moat section. If you were wanting to get a closer look, this is all water down here. The Panthera shouldn't be able to jump over, and if they do, then we've got this like little catchment section as well. And this is their habitat. So circular. Really enjoyed building this one. I think it's probably one of my favourite habitats. I'll point out some of the features as well. So as an example, we've got the little scratching post, which has also got the enrichment section on it as well, so that they can play with this. This has been built by me, so they don't actually use it. I think I put in some other enrichment items in here. Yeah, we've got the pumpkin around the front there that they can have a little eat as well. So yeah, really good viewing area for you as a guest. You can see that they love sleeping underneath here, but they don't jump up onto these sections, which is a bit of a shame. I don't know if I maybe have to build like a ramp to it so they could use it, which I thought they could maybe traverse on it, but currently not. And then this just takes you around to the side here, which takes you to the backstage area, and then that takes you, there's a door there which takes you into the back. So there we go. That is the habitat.